Welcome to the second episode of Ask Yew. Let's dive right into our next question. In your last video, you discussed the importance of being an educated realtor and highlighted several key subjects that contribute to this expertise. Can you talk about the top lessons you've learned from those subjects? Absolutely. I covered a number of topics that an agent should educate themselves in to become more effective. To remind everyone, I mentioned psychology, sales, finance, tax, economics, construction, real estate law, marketing, and the actual properties the agent is selling. So I'll quickly go over my top lessons from each subject and then provide a summary at the end of the video to kind of tie everything together. Just to note, to master all these topics, you obviously have to spend a lot of time on each. People build entire careers in these fields, so I'm not claiming to be an expert, but I do have a proficient understanding of each that helps me in my business. There is so much to cover for each subject, but I'll focus on the high-level points so this video doesn't end up being hours long. When I refer to psychology, I'm mainly talking about human behavior and personality. Although I took Psych 101 in university as one of my electives, you don't need to learn about the different parts of the brain and their functions. If you want to go that deep, sure, go for it, if you think it's going to be able to help your life. The most important lessons as they relate to the real estate sales business are being aware that human behavior is often irrational. Each individual has a unique personality type with a different communication style, and that human beings generally strive for the same things. If you understand this, you'll be much better at managing your clients and communicating with them more effectively in their own style. When I encounter irrational behavior, I don't take it personally and try not to let it affect me emotionally. This perspective has helped me become more diplomatic and a better problem solver, leading to stronger relationships with clients and colleagues, and ultimately more closed deals. The next subject is sales, which is heavily influenced by psychology. To excel in sales, you need to be an excellent communicator. You also need to be fearless. Many salespeople hold themselves back because of fear. Fear of picking up the phone and hearing no, fear of rejection, so they don't do it. The most successful salespeople are fearless. To become a better salesperson, you need to do just two things. First, learn to communicate effectively. Second, communicate with as many people as possible. That's it. The longer you do this, the better you'll get at communicating, creating a positive feedback loop where you keep improving over time. It's like fine wine that gets better with age. The more people you talk to, the better communicator you'll become, which results in more sales. Improve either of these two metrics and you'll increase your sales. The biggest lesson in sales is that you should listen more than talk. Lots of agents make the mistake of talking too much. Next is finance. Finance is crucial because, like any business, you need to understand how money works. I would also include accounting here, as running your business properly requires basic knowledge of basic accounting principles and bookkeeping. I learned early on that to make good decisions, you need to understand the numbers. Without metrics, it's hard to base decisions on anything concrete, and it's easy to be misled. The numbers don't lie. In real estate, the numbers are significant, so it's essential to understand how to make them work. This includes understanding how to raise capital for real estate purchases. This knowledge has not only helped me provide more value to my clients, but has also guided me in purchasing my own investment properties. I've been a real estate investor for over 20 years, and understanding finance has helped me make sound decisions. To summarize, understand your numbers, assess them in relation to your situation without overextending yourself, and be patient with your real estate purchases. Real estate is a long-term game, and each move must be thought out carefully using numbers to make those decisions. There are two hats you can wear when purchasing real estate: investor or owner-occupier. If you're an investor, it should be all about the numbers. As a homeowner, I break it down into two questions. Number one, are you going to be happy living there? And number two, can you afford it? If the answer to both questions is yes, then you can go for it. Understanding finance will help you with the second question by allowing you to analyze affordability based on your financial situation. Next are the taxes, which also tie into finance. Each jurisdiction has different real estate tax implications, So as an agent, you must understand them. Without this knowledge, you'll be doing a disservice to your client. The biggest lesson I've learned about taxes is that you must have a good accountant. Your goal is to save taxes legally and take advantage of the system. The wealthiest people understand this, which is why they keep more of their income compared to others. Next is economics, which is another vast topic that could be discussed for hours. Understanding economics will help you grasp why certain things happen in the real estate market. I've learned that everything in the economy is interconnected, and understanding these relationships will help you make better real estate decisions. Understanding supply and demand is key to understanding real estate pricing. The biggest lesson I've learned is that it's impossible to time the real estate market, so don't even try. Equally important is to never underestimate the real estate market. There's a saying in our industry, don't wait to buy real estate and wait. While there is some truth to this, it has also been used to push buyers into making quick decisions. I would add that you need to buy the right type of property, essentially good real estate without overpaying. I've been wrong a few times trying to time the ups and downs of the market. It probably cost me millions in opportunity costs when I could have just bought and held rather than buying, selling, and then buying again. Coming from a more conservative mindset, I've underestimated the Canadian real estate market. It's absolutely crazy, especially in Vancouver and Toronto, where I've personally held real estate, and it has exceeded my expectations. So I wouldn't underestimate it, even though we're in a down market right now. It has surprised me before, and I'm fairly confident it will surprise me again. My understanding of economics has led me to this conclusion. Inflation of the money supply, lack of future real estate supply, population growth, and falling interest rates. If you thought it was expensive before, just wait and see what happens during the next up cycle. Next is construction, which can be seen as the manufacturing stage of your product. The most important thing I've learned about construction is that doing it right is very difficult, and creating a high quality product isn't easy. Many people underestimate its complexity. I learned this firsthand when I built my first house. The biggest challenge was assembling the right team to build it. There are so many colorful characters in the construction industry, so you need to know how to manage them to get the job done. Going through this process helps you appreciate the quality and coordination required to produce a well-built home. Next is real estate law. I would also include business law, especially contract law. The biggest lesson I've learned is to have a good real estate lawyer. Also, if you're unsure about something, don't pretend you know. This will keep you and your client out of legal trouble. Always refer to a lawyer or an expert in that subject matter if you're not sure. As an agent, you need to understand your local real estate laws to protect your clients from potential legal issues and to counter any that may arise. By understanding local laws, you can also get creative in solving problems for your clients that they might never have even thought of. Of course, you should always run different scenarios by your real estate lawyer, but if you understand the law, you'll be a valuable asset to your client. Next is marketing, which is another huge topic. Marketing real estate has changed dramatically in recent years. I started when the internet was just beginning. In those days, agents advertised their listings in local real estate newspapers and relied heavily on print advertising. Then the internet took over, and now it's all about websites and digital marketing on social media. Even though the channels of marketing have changed, the fundamental purpose hasn't. The biggest realization is that real estate agents aren't in the business of marketing properties. They're in the business of marketing their services and brand. The properties are simply a tool to attract more business. Anyone looking to buy real estate knows where to find properties for sale, which is the MLS. So as long as you post a listing on the MLS with decent photos and a clear write-up, that's 99% of the marketing you need because anyone searching for that product will see it. Sure, you can spend extra on fancy brochures, separate websites, elaborate open houses, or events, but these are mainly for show, to make the seller happy, and to generate potential leads for the agent. Let's be honest, if a serious buyer wants to buy a house, they'll most likely find it through MLS. Personally, I think some of the extra fluff, especially printed brochures, is a complete waste of money. No buyer cares about them, they just end up in the trash. The only person that cares is the seller. Everyone talks about saving the environment. So let's start by eliminating printed brochures, as they are a complete waste. There's a lot more I can say about marketing, but the biggest lesson is that the best way to market yourself in this industry is by building a reputation that provides value to your clients. If you do this, you'll always have business because your best clients will be your past clients and their referrals. If you're going to spend money on marketing, remember that no matter how great your marketing is, it won't matter if you aren't skilled at conversions. Bringing in leads is important, but knowing how to convert them is even more critical. That's where I would focus most of my time. This finally brings me to the actual property itself, the real estate product you're selling. I've already touched on the construction, which is a manufacturing process of the product. You need to understand the different materials, design, location, and the features and benefits of your product. The benefits are what sells a product, so you need to be familiar with them. The biggest lesson I've learned is to specialize in a niche market. Everyone is constrained by time, so you'll never learn everything there is to know about each real estate product. That's why you should specialize in a specific location and product type. This will lead to more success because you'll have expertise instead of being a generalist. While you can still do transactions in different locations and product types, having your bread and butter expertise is critical for long-term success. You can always expand into other markets and products once you've mastered your primary niche. There are actually many more subjects I didn't mention in the previous video, such as management, leadership, mindset, administration, and other topics related to running a business. These topics are more critical to an agent's success on the business side, but the ones I've discussed are more directly tied to the client's success. The point of all this is to show that becoming an educated real estate agent isn't easy because the learning curve is so steep. It takes time, patience, and experience. Good real estate agents aren't made overnight. They're forged through the daily grind over years. This is why it's so hard to find good agents and why many agents are looked down upon and accused of being overpriced. I would feel the same way if I had a brand new agent selling me a property and I had to pay them full commission. At the end of the day, it all comes down to the value an agent brings to the client. If that value is reliability and expertise, I believe it's worth the money, as you're probably dealing with the most expensive financial asset in your life. The amazing thing is that this likely doesn't just apply to the real estate industry. Whatever field you're in, many of these points will still apply. As people living on the same planet, we should have a basic understanding of how things work. The beauty of education is that it fills the gaps in our knowledge, and as you fill more of these gaps, you begin to see the big picture of how everything is interconnected. One of the most profound things I've discovered in my own educational journey is that the more I understand and know, the more creative I become. I can come up with ideas that others haven't thought of because I can blend different topics together to discover something new. The important thing is to never stop learning. Expand your knowledge and understanding. I wish someone had taught me these things when I was in school. But we live in an amazing time. You can literally learn about anything these days at the touch of a button. So take advantage of that. I hope one of you watching will go on to do something that changes the world. I hope that answers your question. Remember, if you have any other real estate related questions, ask me, ask you. I'll see you in the next video.